Alright, check it out. This is a Cyclone with a A-I-O, A-I-O. That's a A-K-K-A-I-O, all in one camera. Got my Makerfire sitting here. Got an Engpow 3.7, 800 milliamp an hour. It did come with these connections, so I am able to connect to it without modding it. And we have the stock transmitter for this drone. We're gonna give it a fly. We're gonna give it a fly FPV. I kind of wanted to just stick a monitor on here and record and have hat cam, but my cell phone OTG is it's charging, so stand by. All right, guys, here we go. We are taking off, and again, I have the Makerfire Goggles on. We got the AIO camera on top of this Cyclone, and we're just going to give this a buzz. This isn't going to be no trick flight. This isn't going to be a really skilled flight or anything. This is just going to be a chill flight. I generally don't fly here because there's wires up above, but I figured, why not? It'll give a little bit better scenery than me actually being out in my field where all you see is grass. There's a car, which I believe is abandoned. It's kind of been parked there for quite some time. And you have the water over there, which there's geese in it. You probably won't be able to see it because the definition on the camera is not that great. Have a little water pump building over there, and it's just a little bit more to see. And again, this is kind of hey, look what you could do with your Cyclone, and also test on this battery. So keep your eyes on the ticker. At the end I will know roughly what the flight time was, and whatever the flight time was, you can definitely guarantee you'll get a better flight time if you don't have an all-in-one camera on it, and if you don't have a battery supplying that all-in-one camera like I do, because that's less weight. There's a little look at the town of Rue that I live in, and we are going to dive, dive, dive. Watch this skill. Watch it, watch it. Bam! How you like that? Right between the wires. Skill or luck? You call it. Again, wires. I don't like wires around me. Bam! Right above the car. Just for that reason, because if I would have been an inch or two higher or lower, we definitely would have clipped it, and there's a very small possibility that the drone would have actually gotten stuck up there, but there's a good possibility that it probably would have crashed to the ground and possibly broken something. That's a lot of possibilities right there. But again, keep your eye on the ticker, guys. How to hook up this setup? It is super simple. Double-sided tape, AIO camera's all you need with the battery supplying it. You put double-sided tape on the AIO camera, and you also put it on the back of the battery that you're going to be supplying it with, and you want to make sure you have good double-sided tape. That way the AIO, that's the last time I'm doing it, I promise. That way the AIO camera doesn't fall off while you are in flight and you have a heck of a time trying to orientate yourself with a camera hanging off of the drone, just as well as the battery doesn't hang off. You do need to make sure things are charged before you do one of these flights, because if you just have your battery charged for your drone and you don't have the battery fully charged for the AIO camera, then you're going to black out, and there's a very good possibility you could lose or crash your drone, especially where I'm flying, where I got wires above me and sometimes below me, depending when I'm flying. And as you can see, there's cars to the left and to the right of me, again, depending where I'm flying. If I blacked out, there's a very good possibility for accident. Like right now, I'm kind of flying over the road, and generally I wouldn't do that, but I can hear pretty well when cars are coming up and down the street. There are only two inlets and outlets to the street, and it's through left and right access right there. So like right now I hear a vehicle, so I'm just chilling. I'm chilling, trying to show you the vehicle. Bam! I didn't see the vehicle, I heard it. Got to kind of be fully in tune when you're going to decide to fly FPV, especially close to a road. Don't want to fly dangerously, don't want to fly carelessly. You want to fly as responsibly as possible and have as much fun as possible. So flying close to this little car right there, flying close to myself, flying close to other things, makes it fun. It gives it a visual appeal. What is this good for? This is good to wrap your head around FPV flight. There is a gyroscope on this. I'm not flying in acro whatsoever. This is just general control over this drone. And again, we're kind of screwing around by this car that's been sitting there for 2 days. Do believe it's abandoned, which is odd that they haven't removed it, because this kind of water authority area where I'm flying. And just giving this a real good buzz, guys. We're at some good time here, man. We're pushing 4-minute mark with a half-a-minute wind up, so we're like at 3.5 minutes already. 3.5 minutes flying this pretty aggressively with added weight nonetheless. The drone definitely has added weight on it with the all-in-one camera, and the battery, I believe it's 500 or maybe a 400 milliamp an hour battery that's sitting on the back of this, and it's toting a heavier battery, which is that Engpow battery, which is an 800 milliamp an hour battery. So you can, if you just want to run with the 800 milliamp an hour battery on this, whatever the flight time, like I said, is at the end of this, you're going to get higher flight time if you don't have the setup that I'm dealing with. I am dealing with a light wind, guys. It's nothing crazy. As you can see, I'm able to fly through it. But that too, if you have a completely stale day and you have no wind, you don't have all-in-one camera or the battery on top, you're going to get an epic flight time, because I got a pretty darn good flight time on this. I've been testing these batteries. If you want to see more with these batteries on different drones, you want to see flight times with different drones on this, the F181 from Holystone and Potensic is actually what these batteries are labeled for. You are able to fly them in X5s, you are able to fly them in Strikers and whatnot, because it did come with an adapter plug for that mini lossy connection. I think that's what it's called. It's I don't know what the red tubular connection is, but it's initially a red tube connection, maybe JST I think it might be called, and it has an adapter so you can go down to that mini lossy, and that's cool, because then it makes it kind of a universal battery. An 800 milliamp an hour battery you can stick in almost any toy grade drone that's about the size of the Cyclone and above, so long as it's the right voltage. This is a 3.7 volt battery. You're not going to want to stick this in a 7.4. And there I'm just kind of screwing around by myself, kind of doing little light rotations and whatnot. Then we're just going to buzz over here and then cut back. Again, all this is just muscle memory, man. I really haven't flown FPV with my goggles on in a while. I took them on the Route 66 trip. If you didn't catch any of that trip, guys, you want to catch some of that trip. I got lots of videos. I still got lots of stuff to post to it. When I find time and decide I just want to sit in the house, we'll get into the Sparks SD card and load stuff. And bam! What now? I did not try to do that. And as you can see here, bam! What now? And again, I did not try to do that. I was trying to do some close calls here. I know for a fact I didn't damage that vehicle. I know for a fact I didn't damage my my quadcopter at all. But it makes for some good entertainment, right? Dive bombing with the drone. I was just trying to play close calls there. I don't suggest anybody doing exactly what I did, especially purposefully. You don't want to do that. Despite the fact that the car is pretty much abandoned, there's no reason to dive bomb a vehicle with a drone. Again, just kind of screwing around here, enjoying the flight, really enjoying this flight. A lot of your whoops, a lot of your micros that have FPV on it, like traditional true 5.8 gigahertz FPV, you're not seeing over 3 to 4 minutes. You're not. Right now, guys, we're at 7.5 minutes, half a minute wind up. We're at a 7-minute flight here. 7-minute flight, having fun in the goggles, getting muscle memory in the goggles as far as figuring out depth perception with this drone, figuring out how high you are, how far you are, orientating yourself around. Dude, this is good money. It's good money. If you are kind of sick of flying a whoop around for 2 to 3 minutes and reload, just reloading batteries, dude, you might want to go with something like this. You might want to get a Cyclone. Cyclones are good drones. I say they're the new X5 as far as the class goes. I really do. They can definitely hang, and this setup right here is proving we're past the 8-minute mark. As you can see, I'm kind of bouncing off the ground a little bit, so the voltage is definitely going down, but I'm going to fly it until it won't fly no more. I'm going to try to get a calculated assessment on this battery, because that's what we're doing. We're doing a flight time. We're also showing you could have a little bit of fun with the FPV and whatnot, but I'm trying to give you a calculated assessment on this battery. We're at 8.5 minutes. That's an 8-minute flight with added weight and wind. Not bad at all, and we are still going. As you can see, we're above my head. We're not just tanking on the ground. There is there's voltage left in this battery, so we're gonna keep running with it. Once it drops, and then that's it. We are pushing the 9-minute mark, 8.5 minutes here. We are cruising around still. Guys, I'm J Drone. If you haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns down below, hit the like button if you want to do that. And if you're on Facebook, check out Drone Days. Link for that will be down below, just as well as the link for this battery will be down below. And we are just about done here. In the grass later.